I'm ready to go. Drop the phone.
No, I'm not.
Drop the phone.
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. Goodbye, Reese.
In the quiet suburb of Spring, Texas, a tragic event was captured on video that would haunt many. On December 6, 2021, Patricia Rici Birmingham was fatally shot by her husband in their own driveway, in front of cameras, in front of a world that never expected. This is the story of her life, her family, the final moments, the courtroom drama, and the legacy left behind. Patricia Rici Birmingham was born around 1973, making her about 48 at her death. She spent her life balancing professional pursuits, relationships, friendships, and a reputation for being vivacious, thoughtful, and full of life. Though public records about her early upbringing are limited in media, those who knew her remember her as a caring daughter, sister, and friend, someone with energy, ambitions, and drive. In her adult years, Patricia worked in healthcare and real estate, combining her caring instincts with entrepreneurial interests. She formed deep bonds with her family, especially her sister, Mary Dees, who would later become one of her chief advocates. Marriage brought Patricia into a long relationship with Carey Birmingham, who was about 60 at the time of trial. They had a daughter, Olivia, who was a teenager at the time of Patricia's death. In the years before 2021, the family lived in Spring, a northwest suburb of Houston, Texas. Their lives appeared, outwardly, to be those of a middle-class married couple with a teenage daughter. But beneath appearances, tensions, and unresolved conflicts, some hidden, some known, would reach a fatal breaking point. For Patricia and Carey, tensions had reportedly mounted over time. According to trial and media records, their conflicts included emotional and financial struggles, mistrust, and accusations of infidelity.
I got you.
Fine, I don't give a I really don't. Do what you gotta do. I don't care.
All I have to do is not kill.
Their arguments, as revealed later, had escalated. On the day of her death, the couple reportedly argued for about 30 minutes before the shooting occurred. According to audio obtained by law enforcement and media, Carey is heard saying, "I am effing done," and Patricia replies, "I am effing done too." One reported trigger, Carey allegedly learned or believed Patricia was having an affair. That accusation was key to the defense's argument of a crime of passion. Patricia's sister, Mary Dees, publicly denied the affair, saying there was no proof in phones, laptops, or communications to support such a claim. Though accusations and emotional strife may have festered, nothing foreshadowed the violence that would follow until it happened. On the evening of December 6, 2021, Carey and Patricia had a confrontation at their home in the 19,800 block of Rose Dawn Lane, northwest Harris County, Texas. The couple were the only two at home. Olivia was at school. Patricia had her phone recording. In the recorded footage, she appears wearing a robe and holding a camera. At some point, she says, "You really want this on video?" Carey responds, "I'll pull it. I'm man enough to pull it." Then, with the camera rolling, Carey shoots Patricia 3 times, one in the face. Just before firing, he told her, "You're going to meet Jesus." After the shots, he is heard saying, "I hope it was worth it." In the immediate aftermath, call takers received a report. Investigators arrived and found Patricia dead in the driveway of her home. Carey was taken into custody. The video of the shooting emerged swiftly. The fact that Patricia herself recorded part of the argument proved crucial. The footage captured both the verbal exchange and the fatal shots fired. The presence of video made this case unusually clear in many respects. Investigators gathered audio, video, physical evidence, and statements. They confirmed that only the 2 adults were present at the time of the shooting, and that the argument escalated into violence within minutes. No third-party involvement was identified. The case was treated as a domestic homicide. Prosecutors framed the shooting as a deliberate act, not simply a reaction to provocation. Defense and prosecution. The case went to trial in Harris County, Texas. The judge selected a jury. Interestingly, the final 12-person jury was composed entirely of women, a rare occurrence. Prosecutors argued that the video recording itself disproved any heat of passion defense. Shooting someone while they are filming you with clear verbal threats and repeated commands suggests deliberation. Prosecution also questioned the credibility of the affair claim, noting that no digital evidence, phones, laptops, messages, supported that narrative. Patricia's family maintained there was no proof of infidelity. The defense attorney, Anthony Osso, acknowledged Carey's responsibility but argued his client acted in a moment of extreme emotional disturbance provoked by betrayal and heartbreak. The defense's aim was not to justify the act, but to explain motive and mitigate. One of the most poignant moments in court was when Olivia took the stand, not to describe physical violence she saw, she had none, but to share the emotional and psychological scars that followed her mother's death. In her testimony, Olivia described what it felt like to lose her mother in that way, to watch a recorded transaction of violence, and to know that the person who took her mother was also her father. "I lost both my parents that day. My dad died that day too. The person who did that to my mom isn't the same person." She challenged the sudden passion defense, saying, "You have to have something. You have to have made that decision within you for a while. I feel like to do something to someone you really love." Olivia also addressed what she saw as deeper wounds, emotional, financial, psychological, that had always been present but hidden. She said she still loves her father but can never forgive him. In court, she spoke directly to Carey. "No matter what was said in this trial, you know what type of woman she was, and you know what you did and how you took away my favorite person in this world." Her voice was steady, her pain palpable. Though young, she carried the weight of the trial and the memory of her mother with dignity and heartbreak. In closing arguments, both sides addressed the video footage. The defense tried to frame Carey's actions as spontaneous, reactionary, and unplanned, not coldly premeditated. Prosecution contended that the timing, warnings, threats, and moment of filming all lean toward intentional action, not momentary passion. In March 2024, the jury reached a verdict. Carey pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 10 years in prison with eligibility for parole after 5 years. The prosecution had sought up to 20 years. Many critics argue the 10-year term was insufficient given the evidence. Some observers also wondered whether the all-female jury influenced the outcome. Defense sympathies and emotional readings may have played a role in the lighter sentence. For Patricia's family, especially her sister Mary and daughter Olivia, the verdict was bittersweet. Justice was recognized, but the punishment felt too lenient. Patricia's sister Mary Dees became one of her strongest advocates. She publicly challenged the narrative around the affair allegation, saying such claims had no basis in evidence. Mary also chafed at how the legal system treated the case under Texas's sudden passion laws, arguing that such loopholes allow killers to receive lighter sentences under tenuous emotional defenses. In media interviews, Mary expressed frustration at the all-female jury's decision and what she saw as victim blaming, that because Patricia did not beg for her life or that she maintained composure, she was somehow judged harshly. She also emphasized Patricia's strengths, rejecting any narrative that diminishes her memory. In the months and years following the trial, Mary has worked to raise awareness about domestic violence, emotional and financial abuse, and the need for legal reform to prevent such tragedies. She hopes Patricia's legacy will become one of positive change, helping others trapped in abusive situations, pushing for stricter protections, and closing legal loopholes. For Olivia, life will never be the same. The pain of losing her mother so violently, the complex relationship with her father, and navigating grief under public scrutiny, all this shapes her future.